About 7 weeks ago, the unthinkable happened to a local family, a man named Greg Moore, and I have learned since Greg's passing of how deeply loved this man was and is, because every time I talk about Greg, the response has been just amazing. There's a man who wanted to be very healthy because he had grandchildren on the way, and he had a wife of 30 years that he loved so very deeply. And Greg was out for an early Sunday morning run. He would go on long runs, 15-mile runs on some weekend days. And sometime around 6 a.m. near Maple Valley, a car hit and knocked Greg into the ditch, and they left him there for dead. And we now have some new developments on the story that take just such a sad story. It also makes it incredibly infuriating. Greg's wife is Michelle Moore. She joins us once again. Michelle, on behalf of all my listeners, our absolute deepest sympathies, thoughts, and prayers go out to you for the way everything is unfolding on this. How are you doing now?
I'm not doing great right now.
Yeah, I understand. Let's get everybody updated. What we knew last time we talked was that they had a car that was driving in the same area at the time that Greg was running in that area. They were hoping somebody could help identify that car. A couple of days ago, they did not have a suspect in custody, but we found out something that was shocking about the person they were looking for. Tell me when you found out the demographics of the person they were looking for that killed Greg.
The demographics were they were not from this area. They came out from SeaTac in cars that were taken from their families. They were underage drivers, 14 and 15 years old. There were two cars. In the first car, the Toyota Camry that hit him, there was the person that did this, and then there was a passenger, and then there was a Ford Escape behind them who witnessed the whole thing.
But the driver of the car that hit Greg, it was a 15-year-old girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
What in the world goes through your mind when, I know that this story can't possibly get any worse than it's been for your family the last 7 weeks, but when you hear that it's a 15-year-old girl, what in the world flashes through?
Yeah, initially when I heard it was a 15-year-old girl, I had some empathy. I was once a 15-year-old girl who made some very bad choices myself, and I thought that this was something that she did accidentally and that she panicked. And that was the scenario that seemed the most likely to me.
So then you got some details from the people who witnessed this and from the passengers, and a little bit different picture emerged, didn't it, of what was going through her mind?
Yeah, she did it intentionally. I guess it's something that had been in the back of my mind the whole time, but it was so, unthinkable that I didn't really allow myself to have that thought. But the area in which he got hit was the least likely area that he should have gotten hit on his run. It has an 8-foot shoulder and, visibility for a really, really long ways. So I guess in the back of my mind, I always kind of knew it could have been intentional. But when I found out that, yes, indeed it was, I don't know that there's any words for that. It's sickening. No. It's grotesque. It has made me lose my faith in humanity, and I can't sleep. And it's almost worse than when I first found out that he had died.
And it was her passenger and the person in the trailing car who confirmed that she swerved in order to hit Greg?
Yes, and there was one other person involved, a family member of hers, a very brave family member of hers who had overheard some conversations that she'd had with with the accomplices in this crime, and she was key in bringing all this to light.
Yeah. The people who witnessed this, did they explain what her demeanor was, or what in the world was going through this girl's mind when because this is subhuman behavior. This is not something a normal person could possibly do. Did they try to give any idea of what was going through this girl's head?
So I haven't been able to see any actual statements from these individuals yet. I only have been relayed information from the detective. And all I know is these two individuals stated that it was intentional. But the really chilling detail is from the family member that overheard these people talking about the crime and laughing about the way that Greg went up in the air when he was hit.
Yeah, we did hear that news, that the impact sent him flying through the air. And also, there's no indication that this girl was under the influence of alcohol or other drugs. Is that right?
Well, they all say they weren't, but it doesn't, even if they were, it doesn't matter, because even if she was high as a kite, she's going to be tried as a minor in a juvenile court, and she's going to get 3 to 6 years.
Yeah, and you're right. 7 weeks later, they have no way to prove what her blood alcohol was. Okay, let's go to that point now. They would have the option of trying her as an adult. She's just a few months shy of her 16th birthday. She took a family vehicle without permission, of course. And when did the prosecutor tell you that they were not going to charge her as an adult?
Today.
And what was your reaction, Michelle?
I'm exhausted. I met with the police yesterday and the victim's advocate for the court, and I asked if I could inform my friends and family to write a letter pleading that she be tried as an adult. And I got so many letters, and I sent them all to the proper place. All the I's were dotted, all the T's were crossed. I did everything I could. My friends and family did everything they could. And then I just had a Zoom with the prosecuting attorneys for the juvenile system. And, that's not going to happen. She's going to be tried as a minor, and she's going to get 3 to 6 years.
And did they try to rationalize that as they were telling you this?
They said that she had the intent to hit him, but not necessarily the intent to kill him, which is asinine. And anyone above the age of 8 knows the likelihood of hitting a person, especially a small person. Greg was a small person.
Yeah.
If you hit a small person with a 3,000-pound car, the chances are pretty good that they're going to die.
The witness estimated that they were going about 50 miles an hour. And so the prosecutor is actually trying to say that this girl intended to hit your husband while traveling 50 miles an hour, but that she did not have the intent to kill him?
That's what they're saying.
That's one of the most asinine things I've ever heard.
Yeah, but she's only 15, Dori. She doesn't understand how, these things work.
My Lord. I mean, I've had 3 girls go past the age of 15 and are young adults now, and we know consequences. Our kids know consequences. This girl knew the consequences.
Well, there are no consequences now. You can be 15 years old and do what you want.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I know that you and Greg are just about to become grandparents for the first time, right?
Yeah, in November, and today is our 30th wedding anniversary.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, Michelle. I mean, this is just heartbreaking. And so while this girl takes away all of that, Greg being a grandpa, you sharing all of that, this girl's going to be 19, 20 years old and will get out and be able to live the rest of her life as happy as she can make it.
Oh, yeah, happy as a clam. All of her records are sealed. She can get a job. Everything will be hunky-dory for her. She's got a bright future.
Yeah. Did you talk directly with Dan Satterberg?
I was not able to talk to him. I spoke with the prosecuting attorneys that are on the case that are working in that juvenile court.
I will assure you, I don't know if it'll make any difference, but my listeners and we will move heaven and earth to try to get through to the prosecutor.
Yeah, I keep thinking it can't get worse, and it gets worse. You know, I lost Greg, and then I found out it was intentional. So then I lost my faith in humanity, and then I find out that they won't try her as an adult. So I've lost my faith in the United States justice system. So I am lost and exhausted.
Yeah, I understand. Who and what do you have to help you emerge from this darkness, from this? I mean, when you say that you are lost, I know that you have family, you have kids, right?
I have a really good support system. I'm actually here with a friend right now and my dog.
Yeah.
And I have my family. Greg's family is my family too. And I have a lot of friends and I have a lot of support. And I am typically a pretty happy person. But after that Zoom conversation today, I'm just having a really rough time. I'll get over it.
Yeah, no, I know you will. And as I said, I will do anything that I can and to mobilize things. But where did you leave it with them? Did they leave the door open a crack for trying her as an adult?
The only way in which they said they would consider trying her as an adult at this point is if new forensic evidence comes through. They have one phone out of the 3 phones. The other 2 are probably at the bottom of Angle Lake or something. So they only have one phone, and it is being examined right now. So if there is evidence that she intended to kill him, then they will consider trying her as an adult. But short of that, your listeners could have a parade down, First Avenue and call and email and, take out billboards all over the city. It's not going to do a damn bit of difference. It doesn't matter.
I can only imagine how furious you are because I am just in a rage hearing this. Last time we talked, before they had a suspect in mind, before they had any clues, you said that you wanted to talk to this person who could hit Greg and leave him for dead. Mm-hmm. Would you still want to talk to this 15-year-old girl? And if so, what would you tell her, Michelle?
I don't even know. I am so, I'm just at a loss for words right now. I don't know. I do also want to talk to that family member. That there's a young family member who really stepped forward and did the right thing. And yes. She's really the hero in this story. And I would like to talk to her. I would like to have a conversation with her for sure.
Well, there are a couple of heroes in this story, and your strength, your advocacy for Greg and for justice, there's nothing short of heroic about that. And I'm just so sorry for what you're going through. I'm sorry that at a time when we were all hoping you'd start to get a little closure, which is an overused word because I know that you never can close this down, but I know you were hoping to get the information that would ease things a bit, and instead it just has deepened the pain, and I'm disgusted on behalf of citizens for our prosecutor's office right now.
Oh, sorry, my dog barked.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel the same. It's a disgusting situation, and I feel abandoned by the legal system and, the wheels of justice. It shouldn't be like this.
Well, Michelle, I will try to get hold of Satterberg.
Thank you, Dori. I appreciate it.
You will be in my prayers, you and your family. God bless you. God bless, I know there's not a lot of solace available right now, but that grandbaby that's going to be here in a couple of months. I've heard so much about Greg from his friends, and they've contacted me so much about the kind of guy he was, and through you and your children and that little grandbaby, Greg's going to live on through all of these people, and of that I'm certain.
Yeah, you're right. I just wish I had him here with me.
All right, Michelle, God bless you, and we will stay in touch, okay?
Okay, thank you, Dori.
Michelle Moore, the wife of Greg Moore, struck and killed by a 15-year-old girl, and she has just gotten word that girl will be tried as a child and be out free in 3 to 6 years. That is your big lead for today, and we have lots more to come here on the Dori Monson Show.